Does the ongoing saga surrounding Spirit Airlines, Jetblue, and Frontier ever end? It would certainly seem like it does not. Within the early hours of this Monday morning, Jetblue taking it a step further, now offering an all-cash takeover bid directed to none other than Spirit Airlines. News of this only comes a matter of weeks after Spirit Airlines turned down all approaches by Jetblue. Not necessarily because of the money that was involved, but because the airline firmly believed that being paired with JetBlue would not be as beneficial for them moving forward. A decision to pair with Frontier seemed like to them the best to optimize their future. Therefore, from this, despite JetBlue being essentially outright refused the opportunity to take over the airline, they've maintained their stance and have launched another bid to take over the US-based carrier, now seeking consolidation within the market. JetBlue is urging Spirit to rethink, especially to turn down approaches made by Frontier, and stop moving forward with the takeover that would see Frontier win the race. Spirit Airlines has several concerns regarding JetBlue. First, while they do have substantial market share within the US aviation industry and are now expanding their offerings into Europe, which might I add is very attractive, they do believe that gaining approval crucially from US regulators is likely going to be very hard to come by. In fact, it'll be a far lower chance than what would come from, say, Frontier taking over the airline. I further explored the effects of the JetBlue potential takeover in an earlier video, comparing and contrasting Korean Air and Asiana Airlines mergers, and how obtaining approval from the Singapore regulator only came after they deemed that this new mega airline would not negatively impact Singapore Airlines themselves. Spirit, though, essentially believes seeking the all-important approval from the US would never come, especially as JetBlue have already tangled themselves in a rather unpleasant circumstances recently through their partnership with American Airlines. There is still time before a decision is firmly made, and this is a really last-ditch attempt from JetBlue to win over the fortunes of Spirit and get in the door before Frontier. It would seem, of course, by JetBlue that they're reaffirming their interest and never give up attitude. A decision from shareholders regarding the merger with Frontier is expected on the 10th of June, now less than a month away. JetBlue's CEO is adamant that a merger with Spirit would be the best long-term decision the airline could make, thanks to their grasp on the network already. However, you wouldn't necessarily expect anything different from the JetBlue CEO when discussing the future of the airlines within the aviation industry. Of course, he's going to say that it is best, similar to what the Frontier executives would say, who of course are saying the exact same thing. They also believe that they're best positioned to be taking over Spirit. Now, it's over to you. What do you think is going to happen from this? Do you really think this last-ditch attempt by JetBlue was going to be successful? Or do you think Spirit will stick to their word of a few weeks ago where they said that JetBlue simply was not the best decision for them? You can let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.